What's going on, everybody? Sunkissed here. In today's video, we're going to be covering the Buzzblade. I was fortunate enough to get one that was pretty much a perfect roll minus 1 star, but I happen to actually have that exact legendary mod that I needed to make it perfect in my stash box already, so I figured why not throw it together and let's see how it does in 2024. Happy Halloween, by the way. Let me know in the comments. What are you going as, or who are you going as for Halloween this year, or what? And what was your favorite Halloween costume that you've ever done? Let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you at the end of the video. Taking a look at the Buzzblade that we got. So when I got this, it was a bloodied +3 strength, and then I added the power attack damage to that. As you can see, the only modification done to it is the electrified modification. And before taking my food buffs, damage is 88 ballistic and 177 energy. So let's see what that looks like buffed up in just a minute here. I'm going to walk through my class first as well for you. So there's a look at the special points. And let's cover the legendary perk cards first here. I just personally have legendary, not legendary. I have special cards maxed out here. Hack and Slash could be a good card to put in here as well to cause explosions with your melee attacks if you're using it in VATS. But I am not currently. So strength is going to be kind of your most important for damage output. I carry a lot of stuff, so I need Traveling Pharmacy. We have various ranks of the Slugger perk cards, as well as Incisor to get armor penetration with our melee weapon. Blocker is very important as we're going to be up close and personal in melee range, so we want to be taking as little damage as possible. Notable thing over here, took Refractor for some extra tankiness. Life Giver for more tankiness. Chem Fiend and Chem Resistant are going to help us buff our damage via chems. Cola Nut is actually so we can get extra benefit from taking Nuka Dark, which will buff our strength. Radical for extra strength as well, for more carry weight and damage. And Party Boy is because Nuka Dark is an alcoholic beverage or drink, so it kind of gets like double buffed with Party Boy and Cola Nut. Tenderizer for extra damage, and then the science perk cards to boost damage on them. I think that's still happening. Let's just verify that actually. So 177 energy, and if I take a science card off, 172. So it looks like they still are being buffed by science, so make sure you got the science cards maxed out as well, especially if you're using the electrified blade. If I can find science again, there we go. Notable things over here, action points just to get some AP regen faster, through hiker because again I carry a ton of stuff on me, adrenaline for some extra damage, bloody mess for extra damage, serendipity and ricochet for tankiness, class freak and starch jeans, pretty standard on most builds, and good assault so we can carry our food buffs and they last. For armor, full set of unyielding civil engineering armor. This is really nice because melee weapons degrade pretty quickly, so having that armor set bonus of 35% break slower will be nice for this auto melee weapon. And unyielding is helping us buff our strength. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory there. And for our mutations, here's a look at what I'm using currently. You could go with Twisted Muscles for extra damage, but this is kind of just what I run on all my builds. So I'm not really a huge fan of having to change up mutations all the time. But if you want more damage, definitely run Twisted Muscles. Alright, after taking our food buffs, you can see the damage is quite high. We're looking at 133 ballistic, 351 energy, and just a quick recap as well so you can see the buffs that I took are Nuka Dark, Deathclaw Steak for +5 strength, and the Tasty Yaguai Roast for +213 melee damage. Keep in mind I'm getting extra buffs from those because I'm a carnivore, and this damage could be even higher if I had a Bobblehead or a Magazine that was buffing melee, as well as a Deathclaw Wellington instead of Deathclaw Steak, but that's just what I had for this video. So let's go test this out on some Super Mutants. Alright, we're inside West Tech. Let's go see what sort of damage we can do here. Here's our first victim. Yeah, just absolutely just melts. One thing I really like about this as well is it's not as bulky on your screen. At least it feels as the auto axe or the chainsaw. So that's kind of one, intangible benefit that I would say this has. Also, I'm gonna do a test in a moment here. It is possible that you may have a further reach with this. It could just be completely visual, but I'm gonna do a test in a moment here to see if that's kind of any different than the auto axe or the chainsaw. But yeah, I mean, these super mutants are they're standing no chance regardless. It just does so much DPS. One thing is nice about this too, it's easy to aim for kind of like headshots slash weak spot hits. Again, it kind of goes hand in hand with the fact that it's not bulky on your screen. The auto axe and the chainsaw sometimes can be kind of hard to line up those headshots with because they just take up so much of your screen. Yeah, not really standing any chance here. Let's go fight some other enemies. Let's test this out on some robots and see how we do. Be interested because this does mostly, majority of the damage here is coming from energy damage. So let's just retake our short-term buffs here and see how we do. Not bad at all. Hitting like a 470-ish for critical spots. Yeah, it just kind of shreds through most things. Another kind of intangible as well that doesn't necessarily relate to how much damage it's doing. This seems like it's a lot less buggy in VATS. So if you want to use it that way, it seems like it's a much better bet than the auto axe or the chainsaw. It seems a lot more reliable. Don't seem to get that kind of weird staggering and damage stopping glitch, at least that I've experienced so far. It's definitely still possible, but I mean, I feel like in the amount of time I've already tested it, I've had issues with the auto axe or the chainsaw. But yeah, robots, not really much of a threat to this character with this Buzzblade. Let's see how we do versus the Behemoth. It's not level 100, but we'll see how we do here. Okay, just staggered immediately. That's fine. Seems like it's getting on just fine. Yep, not too bad. Not too bad. Over at Sunrise Field, we have a Mirelurk Queen to go fight. It's not level 100, unfortunately, but I feel like it'll give us an okay idea of how we do here. Alright, just Mirelurk Queen. Okay, guess nice and staggered there. Let's see what we do in VATS. Yeah, not bad at all, honestly. It kind of just shreds right through. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you do, definitely hit one of those buttons. It'll help me out a ton. But kind of bring this one in for a conclusion here. I'm a big fan of this. It has a couple of intangible benefits that the auto axe and the chainsaw don't have. One of those that I didn't mention earlier is that this doesn't have an idle noise, meaning that the auto axe and the chainsaw both have an engine idling noise when you're just kind of standing still with them, which isn't that big of a deal, but over time can get a little annoying, and this weapon's completely silent when you're holding it, so that's kind of nice. Also, the attacking sound is a bit quieter, if that matters to you. Yeah, I think I'd recommend giving this a try if you get your hands on a good roll, or you just want to kind of mix up the weapons that you're using. This is definitely viable, and it's a ton of fun to use. Thanks again for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. You have a great rest of your day. Catch you on the next one.